The sun rose over Cairo, a new day began, but for Superman, there was no rest. High above the ancient city, he soared. He watched, listened, and protected. Below him, the city stirred. People started their day. They went to work, to school, to market. Superman saw them all. He felt a pang of longing. He missed that simple life, the life of Clark Kent reporter, a life of normalcy. But he had a duty. He was Superman, and he was needed. Superman heard something, a faint tremor in the air, a low rumble beneath the city. Something was wrong. He landed gently in a secluded alleyway. He focused his super hearing, straining to identify the disturbance. The rumble grew louder. It was an unnatural sound, like the earth itself was groaning, and it was coming from the ancient pyramids. His heart pounded. He knew something was happening, something big. He had to get to the pyramids, fast. Superman flew towards the pyramids. He felt the wind against his face, the sun on his back. He felt powerful yet burdened. He knew the world saw him as invincible, a symbol of hope, but he was also just a man with worries and fears. He worried about failing, about not being there in time, about not being strong enough to protect those he cared about. He pushed those thoughts aside. He couldn't afford doubt, not now, not with so much at stake. He reached the pyramids. The air crackled with energy, the ground trembled, and then he saw it, a giant swirling vortex of energy. It pulsed and throbbed, threatening to tear the very fabric of reality. He knew this power. It was ancient, dangerous, and it was growing stronger by the second. He had to close it. But how? He'd never faced anything like this before. He had to make a choice, and fast. He could fly into the vortex, try to contain it from the inside, but that was risky. He could be trapped, lost forever, or he could seek help, contact the Justice League, but that would take time he didn't have. Cairo was in danger. He looked at the city in the distance. People were going about their lives unaware of the threat hanging over them. He made his decision. He couldn't risk the fate of millions. He had to face this alone. He had to close the vortex. He flew toward the swirling energy. The closer he got, the stronger the pull became. The wind whipped at him, trying to drag him in. He fought against it, pushing forward with all his might. He felt a surge of energy as he entered the vortex. It was like nothing he'd ever felt before. The world around him dissolved into a blinding white light. He was surrounded by raw power. It threatened to consume him, but he held on. He focused his will, his strength. He had to close this vortex for himself, for Cairo, for the world. He felt himself weakening. The energy was draining him. He had to do something. He had to find the source of the vortex. He pushed deeper into the swirling energy. The light intensified, blinding him. He felt a searing pain as he reached the center of the vortex, and then he saw it. A small, glowing orb of energy. It pulsed and throbbed, the heart of the storm. He knew what he had to do. He gathered all his strength and focused it on the orb. He had to contain it, neutralize it. He released his energy in one powerful burst. The vortex shuddered, then began to collapse in on itself. The light faded, the wind died down. He had done it. He had closed the vortex. He felt himself falling, his strength spent. He closed his eyes, letting the darkness take him. He woke up in a small, dusty room. A kind old woman was tending to his wounds. She told him he had been found unconscious near the pyramids. He smiled weakly. He was safe. And so was Cairo. He had done his job. He had protected those who couldn't protect themselves. He knew he couldn't stay. The world needed Superman. But he had learned something that day. He wasn't invincible. He was human. He looked at the city of Cairo, bathed in the warm glow of the morning sun. He felt a renewed sense of purpose. He would protect this world. He would face any challenge, any threat. He was Superman, and he would never give up. He would always be there, the man of tomorrow in Cairo.